Okay, hi everybody. I'm so happy that everyone's here and also watching us. I'm Yi, and just to share a little bit about me, mother of three kids and two grandkids as well. I'm very busy. Um, I work for the county WIC program, helping mom, you know, babies and children, and also just I've been with WIC for about 17 years now and all about nutrition. So I stay behind, really close with nutrition stuff. And I also do life insurance too, side of my job, helping people with, getting the right proper insurance for them and the family, protecting them for, financial security. I also do security, as another part-time job too. So I'm always on the go, and being a mom and being a grandma, I'm everywhere, and still do my community volunteer work when I can as well. So that's a little bit about me. And why I chose this premium, this organic um, product, just to help me on my daily life, because I know for sure I'm lacking fruits and vegetable, and I'm not eating properly. I'm always on the go. So, you grab things and, you go, or either you cook things and you don't cook things, nutrients. So, those are the things that I'm lacking. And then what causes, those type of health problems, like, I have frozen shoulder, which is hard for me to reach over my back, put my shirt on, um, you know, try to buckle, your bra strap. So those are also, pain to my shoulder. I'm also, experience bloating, feeling, if I don't feel good, then, I don't look good, or either I don't look good and I don't feel good. So all that combines to not eating right, not having time to do my activities, physical activities, and just being too busy. So that's, about my life right now. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, E. So have you noticed some things once you started this program? What have you noticed that has gotten better?
Well, my breakfast is done faster. I mean, I'm really happy about that because I could just put everything in the blender and blend on the go and drink on the go. I noticed that my bloating has slimmed down, which means that I'm into the size that I really like, but I would like to work on more. So I'm going to continue. And my energy has been like awesome. Like, I don't feel tired. I'm always, I'm excited. I'm happy. Don't have that pain like from a 10 to, 0 right now. My pain in my shoulder is about a 3. So it made a, tremendous change on my shoulder. Yes. So
Wow. And then
that's
how long have you been doing this program for?
about 2.5 weeks now.
Oh my goodness. So all
Mhm.
of that in 2.5 weeks. That's amazing.
Yes. So it's, it's a good thing. I'm glad that I have tried it and it's working out good for me.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing a little bit of your story
Mhm.
and a little bit of your background and
Yes.
why you're here tonight and why we're all here with you. So
Hmm.
much. So you're all here to hear about this program. And so we're going to get into it. Before we get started, I wanted to share a little bit about myself as well, because I also had a transformation like Yi is experiencing. So
Hmm.
when I was younger, I never had great health, and I'd always, there was nothing ever that they could find wrong, and it was chronic fatigue, the kind of blanket things, just because you don't know what else. And so I ended up working in the healthcare field. I ended up working as a nurse eventually, and I would realize I was in a good position to learn what was potentially wrong with me and ask a lot of questions, but there weren't a lot of answers. And so that ended up bringing me down this path of becoming a holistic nurse, becoming a health and wellness coach, becoming a detox specialist, all of these things to try to, selfishly figure out what was wrong with me, but then also try to understand what was going on with everybody else and how I could help them, of course. I did end up with a diagnosis of autoimmune Hashimoto's eventually. So that was helpful because it helped me direct where to focus my efforts. And I chose to help that condition with using diet. And so I ended up doing a lot of fruits and vegetables in the raw organic state. And with very quickly, not even a year, I was able to reverse my autoimmune Hashimoto's. So I no longer had thyroid antibodies. All my thyroid numbers were normal. That was about 2 years ago. And I even just got it tested just a few months ago, and I'm still in the normal state. So that was mind blowing to me. I realized that food, to me, I just felt like food was everything. Food was this what gets us into disease, and food can get us out of it. And so I was so excited to start sharing that with clients. But as I was sharing diet advice, it wasn't always, they weren't having the success that I was hoping for. And so I started looking for a program that could help expedite those results. And that's when I found this program. And I was very excited because people were loving it. It was easy, it was delicious, and they were getting all of those benefits that I noticed, but without all the work, the chopping, the food shopping, the eating. Sometimes it would take me an hour to eat my salad for dinner to get enough that I was full. So I also transitioned to this program. I was doing pretty good before this program, but once I started, I was able to clear up my skin, my sleep finally balanced out. I didn't even know I wasn't sleeping well until you start to sleep good. I lost like a last 10 pounds that I had felt was kind of inflammation that had gone away. My energy got better. I started working out. So my whole body started to change. So, and then I was no longer on the couch on weekends and evenings. I was starting to get my energy back. So I felt like a new person. And then of course my clients were having amazing results as well, coming off of medications and with their doctor's approval, and just, it's not called a lifestyle transformation for nothing. People were transforming before my eyes. So that was incredibly exciting. And so we're going to get into the program and explain a little bit about it. I'm going to share my screen here because we have a little presentation. So this is what it is. It's very simple. It consists of Power Shake, aminos, Biomedic, and cherry. You actually get another component in a box that's delivered right to your door. And it is not a weight loss program. It's not a disease specific program. What it does is it provides all the building blocks that your body needs on a daily basis to do whatever your body decides to do with it. So it that's where we can see such a wide range of people's symptoms start to improve. So it's not something focused on anything in particular. It's focused on health. So we're going to explain each one of these components that comes in the box. First, I'm going to have Dora explain a couple of the components, and then I'll explain a couple. But Dora, we've all heard about our stories that we're having, our transformations so far. Can you please tell us a little bit about your transformation and then explain a couple of these parts in the box, please?
Yes, I lost my notes up there. I'm not sure you did. I wanted to, yeah, thank you guys all for coming. And I have been on this program for 3 months, and I definitely had some issues with my health. So what happened was about 5 years ago, I started experiencing extreme anxiety, and I thought it was kind of temporary, but it never left. And I pretty much tried to do as much as I could to alleviate it by diet and even eliminating certain foods. I became plant-based and I did feel better, but the anxiety, it started from my gut and I just could not get rid of it. So I really felt hopeless at some point. Now, I did go see my holistic practitioner and she really helped me so much, but I still could not um, get rid of my anxiety. I couldn't drive. I couldn't travel. I couldn't do a lot of the normal things that we're supposed to do. So I really, really made a decision. I was not going to give up. and I was introduced to this program. And I tell you, when I started drinking these shakes, unbelievable things are happening. And one of them was I felt like I was detoxing. I did a lot of crying. I don't know why. That was something that my body was doing. And my energy started to change. And I really felt relief. And so I'm grateful that I got introduced to this program. It really has transformed my life. And I said, if this helps, then I'm going to share it. And so that's where I'm at. I'm going to share this with as many as I can because I truly believe that there's something here for everyone.
That's beautiful. Thank you. So would you like to tell us a little bit? Actually, I wanted to show this picture. Look at that. We say she looks like a different person almost. Do you want to explain a little bit about this, Dora?
Yeah, so this picture was taken. We got up really early that morning. This was the first day of a really bad month that I had. It was probably one of the worst months of my life. And I wanted to make this special meeting. This was our annual meeting in October it was a recorded. And I was forcing that smile and I was dizzy. I didn't know why. There was great pressure on my head. I felt like I was never going to walk correctly. I was thinking I'm probably going to use a cane the next time I go in my public ministry. So I didn't know what the future held at that point. Yeah. And then this picture was just taken last weekend. And it doesn't even, this doesn't even look like that one. So, but it just shows the stress, the unbelievable stress I was under, the hopelessness that I felt, even though I have positive things, but the level of anxiety, I couldn't even be present under that kind of anxiety. It was really difficult. So yeah, I'm very grateful for this nutrition. Really, it's the nutrition that has really made a big difference in my life.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about that, Dora, about the power shake?
Yeah, so the power shake, this is what really drew me to this program because I was making green drinks on a daily, and Bill and I were making an effort to have fresh greens in our refrigerator. We were going to the store every other day to get our greens, and it was a lot of work to have a green drink every day. This power shake, it doesn't even compare with what I was doing because of the way that it reduces the cravings that you're having because it's detoxifying your cells, your energy levels, and that regenerative farming that it does, the way that they have produced this product. I learned a lot about the soil and why those green drinks weren't working for me, probably because the nutrition level in the just greens that you buy, even organic greens at the store, if that soil is not healthy, then you're not even getting what you need. And so the power shake has been such a game changer for us. We have 2 a day and they're easy, easy, easy. You just put a scoop in your shake and you don't even have to blend it. You can just shake it and it tastes good. It's appleberry and the flavor is all natural and there is nothing synthetic, nothing added. It is all food. It is all healthy, dehydrated food. And that is to me, that's amazing. It's wonderful. We love it.
That's amazing. Thank you. So the next one, Biomedic.
The Biomedic is really interesting because I didn't think that I had gut issues, but this is for gut health. This supports, it's like a probiotic, prebiotic too, right? So it's feeding your healthy bacteria. And I learned about glyphosate. I don't know if anyone there has heard about it, but that is a very bad, toxic substance that's used out there for the weed killer, and also even the way that they're growing barley and wheat, they're using this. And so the tests have shown that most of us already have this in our system. And this Biomedic is able to flush it out. And the tests show that 74%, I think that is we're able to flush out of our system. And that's amazing because I don't even think that any of us are really aware that we have those toxins. Also, the gut health. I know my anxiety would always start from my gut. And I always had this feeling of right before you're going to go on a roller coaster, that's how my gut felt all the time. And since I've been repairing it with this Biomedic daily, one tablet, I just break it up and put it in my shake. I don't really like to swallow pills. And I don't have that feeling anymore in my gut.
Wow.
And the lining, I know we've learned a lot about the gut health and the brain. I always say our gut is our second brain and how important it is. And I get it now too, because everything starts here. Your immune system, all of that. So I really appreciate this. To me is, I mean, with the good health, the green, and then this repairing your gut, it goes hand in hand for sure.
For sure. Thank you. And then this one is
The
also
cherry, yeah. This one is interesting. I thought, why a cherry? You know, it sounded interesting when we first started the program, but come to understand that poppy cherry is one of the most antioxidant fruits that you can get, they say, on the earth, the dark cherry. And I learned about that dark color. It's just full of nutrients for our body. And it's good for our skin, inflammation, and of all things, it helps us to sleep. And it's funny, it's a concentrate, and they say like 1 ounce is about 30 cherries. So if you do two tablespoons, you get 60, equivalent to 60 cherries, which how in the world can we do 60 cherries? But in this little concentrate, we all meet in the kitchen and we do our little drink before we go to bed at night, and a solid sleep. And I was a good sleeper anyway, but I'd have a hard time kind of winding down. But this is my wind down drink, and I sleep solid all night and wake up refreshed. Now, there were times when I did take melatonin, and you always wake up kind of groggy when you do that. So here, the apothecary I learned really helps us to provide our own melatonin, our own rhythm of sleep, and it can be done naturally. Again, it's all food. There is nothing else but the cherry, which again is just super amazing. So yeah, that's a nice little treat. It's not sweet, it's a little tart, but it's refreshing. I just mix it with water and drink it, and I enjoy it.
Thank you so much for sharing all of that, Dora.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'm going to continue with the rest of the components that come in the box. So super aminos. This was actually formulated by a physician for his patients that were in comas and they were losing muscle mass because of not using it. But he was able to give this to those patients. And even though they were in a coma, when they'd come out, they could still walk because they hadn't lost their muscle. So I love this because imagine what it's doing for us when we're up around busy all day long, maybe even working out. It's creating so much muscle mass and strength. So even for older ones, you know, this really helps to not lose that hard-earned muscle that we gain, you know, earlier in life. It also burns fat, increases the elasticity in our skin. This is just amino acids, so it's 99% utilization rate because it's aminos. Because if we eat a piece of steak or meat, our body has to break down that protein into aminos, and there's a lot of wasted energy. But this one is not, it's all usable. So it's pretty powerful. And then super cleanser. So those are the main things that we take pretty much every day on the program. And then super cleanser is something that we only add temporary as a parasite cleanse. And we don't do this all the time. We don't have a need for it. The formulator suggests maybe doing it 3 times a year, 2-3 times a year. And this helps clear out the colon, release toxins, buildups, of course, the parasites. And so it's some people feel like this is their favorite part of the program because they have noticed such a big difference with it. If you have trouble sleeping, of course, the melatonin, the cherry and melatonin could help. But maybe it's even some people have found parasites keep us up at night. So that's why this program is so powerful because it works on health from so many different angles. And then the last one, this does not come in the box, but it's one of my other favorite products. It's a natural form of vitamin C, zinc, A, D, and E. And one of the important things that I have learned doing this program is that our body can only source real food supplements. And I find a lot of people are on other supplements, but if they're pharmaceutical or chemical grade, our body can't absorb it as well. So that's why this is such a favorite of mine, because it's just one more example of all the food-based products that this company provides, and that really helps us to have optimum health. All right, so that is the whole program in a nutshell. And that's this one. It's the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation. We have other programs, but we suggest that the person that invited you to this call, get back to them to talk about your health goals and what you would like to accomplish, because you can have different packages for different health goals. All right. So I just wanted to show you a couple other pictures about this program. And then we'll hear from Erin very briefly too. But I love this. Look at these pictures of, she was on the ULT plus collagen and hair, skin, and nails for a year. And look at that difference. And this I love because she's already feeling such a difference on day 3. So that's how quick this program can work. A couple pictures of skin. This was eczema. She almost wanted to stop working because she couldn't keep, she was this was a nurse practitioner. So she was washing her hands every day. And how can you keep doing that? 2 weeks in, that's when this next picture was taken. And same thing, look at the difference with the skin. So very, very powerful program when you get to the root cause of what's causing health conditions. And this one I love too, kind of like Dora's picture, where it's almost, I mean, it's such a transformation. This is 1 month in, and then this is 2 months in. So this is the same person. And she said, this is a client of mine, and when she said that she just feels like a different person. And I said, well, you do look like a different person. So it's very exciting. The other thing that we wanted to just mention about this program is it is, so it is all food. It really is just what you could take out of your grocery budget and use it towards this program. So you're going to replace 2 meals a day. Some people, if you have a stronger appetite or eat more, that's fine. Just use these as maybe 2 snacks a day. However you want to do it. It doesn't have to be a certain meal. You just get the 2 shakes in. What's interesting too is it gets to the root of why you're having your health concerns. And so you may not even need all the supplements that you're taking. Of course, like we had mentioned before, if you have any disease-specific conditions or things that you are taking specific items for, don't just stop those. Work with your doctor, because when you get to the root, you might not need as much as medications or different things like that as you've needed, but we're your health coaches, we're not your doctors. So we're not able to do that process with you, but it's great to have a doctor or somebody on your team that can help you with that part of the transformation program. Okay. And then this breaks down to about $6 a meal, about $12 a day. And of course, that's going to be different depending on what pack you purchased. But again, just get back with the person that invited you and you can work out those details. So Erin, can you tell us a little bit about your experience, and then we'll wrap it up after that.
Yeah, I don't see any other men on here, but surely you probably have a man in your life or something. But it took a little bit more convincing for me up front to join the. I always thought, I'm like, oh well, it has this and it has that, and I was always trying to like piecemeal it together. But eventually, Erica's like, let's do it. I'm like, okay, because eating healthy was getting expensive. Like I bought a juicer. I bought this really fancy juicer. And we were juicing, but it's like, well, you can't just juice regular food. You have to juice organic food. So like a week of, because if you then you're getting the pesticides in there. So we were spending a lot of money on juicing, and it was taking me a lot of time. So I'm like, okay, maybe we can just simplify it. So we did this program, and it is a lot easier. I juice maybe every like 3 or 4 months. I'll pull the juicer out now, and it's just kind of for fun. But now I feel like we're getting the same benefits as when we were doing all that prep work, and it's just super easy. I'm an electrician, so my other concern was I'm out all day. Like today I was underneath the house, and yesterday I was on top of a roof and it was raining, and like heavy stuff. So I was worried that I was going to be really hungry throughout the day. But having all the greens, it feel like it gives me the nutrients I need, so I don't feel those cravings as much. When you super saturate your gut with the nutrients, it's like you just some of those cravings subside. It takes a couple of weeks. It took a couple of weeks for me because all the bad, what candida and whatever's in there, all the whatever's growing in there needs to die off. But then I feel amazing. And just recently, we've been doing the program for almost 2 years now. And so, I went on it real good, and then I kind of dipped. I was eating not as good, and I'm back on it the last maybe month or so. And I've been getting up at like 5:30 and lifting and then doing the program. But I typically, for me, because I'm out working and everything, I bring snacks. I usually bring 2 bananas, 2 apples, and like a fruit smoothie that I make. And that gets me all the way through till dinner. And then at dinner time, we come home and we have something healthy. And it feels really good. So if you have a man in your life who's like, I don't know. One, I found the energy because I work for myself, the energy that I get from the food that we're eating now, I have the energy to do an extra job or 2 extra jobs. And for me, that pays for it. I mean, because when you're working for yourself, you can charge whatever. So it's like a couple extra jobs a month can pay for our program, no problem. So it's definitely worth it for me to take care of myself. And once I made the correlation between, time is money kind of idea, and your health is money. So the more health you have, the more money you can make. Also have a clarity of thought that wasn't there before. So it's been a very nice program. It's so easy in the morning. It takes, 10, 15 minutes. I can prep for the whole day, get all my food together. And again, Erica and me talk about like, oh, is this too pricey for us? But now, since COVID, since 2020, this feels like a deal because I don't know what happened to money, but it's like it's not worth anything anymore. I went to Chipotle the other day because I forgot my stuff, and it was like $12 for a burrito. I'm like, when did this happen? So I'm like, I could have, my whole meal for the day, all my shakes and everything for one burrito. And it's just okay. Like I see him like half filling it up over there too. So this has been a really nice program for us. I've really enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed working with Erica on it too. It's been fun for us. It's like we have this little community now. It's like we finally found our people, our healthy people out there who want to feel good and who were looking for something. And it's like, yeah, we all found each other, which is really cool.
Mhm. I agree. Thank you, Aaron, so much for sharing. We really appreciate having a man's perspective because you're right. There's men in all of our lives. So thank you all so much for coming. We really appreciate you here supporting and learning more about the program. And so if you have any questions, please get back to the person that invited you. And so we'll end the recording here, but then we'll stay on to answer any questions that you might have that had come up for you, okay? So thank you again.